Hello people, welcome to Chorkor Millionaire. I'm broadcasting live from Oshawa today. I'm visiting, but then I ran into somebody, a brother from Ghana, and we are coming your way with a very powerful interview. And I hope by the time you finish watching this, you will be blessed. Welcome to Chorkor Millionaire.
Thank you.
My first time meeting you.
Sure.
And for those who don't know, it's really tall. Really tall. When you're wearing your shoes or your sneakers, what is your height?
With the sneakers, I'm 6'2".
6.2.
Yeah, 6'2".
All right. So you see,
yeah, without the sneakers,
it is so.
Why 6'1" 3/4".
6'1" 3/4".
Yes.
When me self, you give me elevated shoe self, I still be 5.4. This year, I might even need it. As I sit here, so maybe I use chat booster to keep up with his height, right? All right. So you saw. Tell me how we got connected today as we speak.
Yeah. So I saw his post as I was at Walmart buying some 1 or 2 stuff. I had also prepared to meet him, right, but the time wasn't right for both of us to meet. So I sent him an email that I want to connect with him because his videos inspired me and gave me a lot of direction and things. So I wanted to meet him. So I sent him an email, and lo and behold, about 5 minutes later, I received a reply from him that he'll be meeting me. He gave me the time and the location, and here we are.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to meet you today, brother. Thank you. All right. So I'm still in Oshawa. Those of you who like to connect, man, if you're a hustler and you're in Oshawa, we need to meet too. If you're a hustler from Africa, please let me know. I'm still in Oshawa. I'm going to be here till probably about tomorrow or the day after. Let's connect and let's buy. He saw my post that I'm in Oshawa, and he happens to live in Oshawa as well. So he reached out and said, you know what, let me email this man. He emailed me, and today we are meeting. So this is actually our first encounter, first time ever meeting. If you are watching this video, you want to help us grow this community and get a message to a lot more people, I encourage you right now, if you have been looking for a way to bless my life, one of the things you can do is to comment, drop your emojis, and show people that something is going on. Hit the share button. It doesn't cost to share. Please help promote platforms like this so that we can reach a lot more people. All right. Now, yesterday, yours truly, Chorkor Millionaire, was recognized at an event in Mississauga. We picked up 3 awards. The most your #1 influencer in Canada. We were lucky to pick that award with 2 other awards as well. And I want to dedicate it to every single person who has been with this channel or this platform or Chorkor Millionaire from the beginning, 2021, on the 30th of May, when my first video went out. Up until now, I appreciate all of you for your support. The award would have been impossible without you guys. So I want to dedicate this awards to you guys, and that when you see Chorkor Millionaire growing as a brand or as a platform for all the hustlers out there, just remember it is because of people like you. And to the many people who came out yesterday, some of you came as far as Italy and you came to Canada. According to you guys, it was my videos that inspired you guys to make the trip. Some of you came from Belgium. I connected with people yesterday who came from Sweden. They said, Chorkor, it be your video where you make we come. I met people who were working in places in Ghana, and they all said, like, Chorkor, it be your video where you make we will come. I had a chance to meet many of you yesterday. I'm so grateful. And today, that caravan where they make we they go around. Today, it did Oshawa. Wait, today we meet this man.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Isaac Bibik.
His name is Isaac. The last name, if you've seen the post I made about Oshawa, you see his name there. I even posted a picture of him.
Yeah.
Very handsome man from Ghana. Which part of Ghana? South, east, north, east, west? Which part?
I'm from the northern Ghana.
And
currently northeast.
Currently northeast. And what is the capital?
Nanleru.
Nanleru. Okay. And which
hometown?
Your hometown?
The name is Bankweni.
Bankweni. Bankweni
means that the dry skin of an animal.
The dry skin of an animal. And which animal are we going to be referring to here, which is the most popular in Bankweni?
That will be cattle.
Cattle. All right. So he's a northerner, and don't be surprised that he's so tall, because a lot of the northerners, you know them, they are giants. You know what I mean? He's a northerner. Now you have an interesting story. When you came in and we were vibing, I could tell right away that your story is one that should be out there for people to hear.
Sure.
So let's go into it. Thank you so much for. Okay, so let me grab this as well here. And today, as we do this, or I tell you, say, if the road trip they do, so today you go see say when I'm out go they do, and this is the only influencer we know they go by script. Don't worry, we go they do everything for you. We go stay vibe. You see, if it's so. Let's talk about you, your family. How many siblings do you have?
In total, we are 9, and I'm the last born of 9.
In total, you are 9.
Yeah.
9 siblings, and you are the last born.
Yeah.
And give us an idea of your age. Early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. You're 25.
I celebrated my birthday on 1st August. So.
1st August. So if you August born like me,
yeah.
Your blood hot though. Hey!
Yeah,
there's August born on a bloody hot. Your own law, you go hot too, pa, so. And married, single, which one? Or celibate for God? Which one?
I'm single.
You are single.
Yeah, I'm single.
Seriously single?
And searching.
Or your internet is choked? Which one? Your GPS, your single status is it GPS choked? No, which one is it?
I'm single with nobody.
And right now, as we are talking, all the single ladies in the building who are watching and jumping, drop the emojis unless you're the single people in the building, man. Where I know, see, if you need access to this single man, if you TikTok, so if you the born kiddie, your kiddie go tall. You see what I mean? Maybe handsome guys, they see him smile, they see him. Yeah. A man from Bankweno, in the northern region. Bankweni in the northern region is here today and is sharing his story. You are from a family of 9 siblings and you happen to be the last born.
Yeah.
Did you guys, are you from a privileged family back home, or you say you are from a family of a humble beginning or background?
Yeah, that's what I was say, a family of humble beginning. Although living in the village, we don't suffer to eat, right? But when you take the matter into your own hands and decide to travel and leave the home, you struggle a lot because you don't have anybody to connect to if you move outside from the house. So I would say that in the rural setting, I'm from like normal family, but when you move to the cities, very poor.
Very poor.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me a bit about your family. 9 siblings. How many girls? How many guys?
Yeah, we have 3 girls, 6 boys.
3 ladies and then 6 guys, and you are the last born, 25 years old. All right. You told me a bit of your story, the hardship, the struggles, and all of that, and I thought people should hear a bit about it. Tell us about your upbringing, through schooling and all of that. Did you guys all get a chance to go to school, or things were different for your siblings and yourself?
Yeah, I think things were different because looking at it, the eldest of our siblings, 51 years. So you're looking at that, the opportunity for them to go to schools at that time was very limited and resources and stuff like that. So a lot of my brothers and sisters did not have the opportunity to be in school. So I would say that I'm the first properly graduate from my family.
Hey. Wow, the siblings of 9, you are the first one to actually properly get
the university degree.
The university degree. Okay. And then who will be the next highest educated in your family aside from you?
My brother and my brother.
What level?
I think diploma.
Also a diploma holder. Yeah. All right.
And I have a sister too who is a diploma holder.
Okay. And so you're the first person with a degree. And how old is your eldest sibling?
The eldest is 51 now.
51 years old. All right. And I know they are all watching right now. Yeah, shout out to you. We greet all of you, the siblings there. You guys have been an amazing support.
Auntie Equia is my mom.
Auntie Equia, your mom is also alive. Auntie Equia,
yeah, she's alive.
Auntie Equia, if you get a chance to watch this, please. I want to say a special thank you for raising this young man here. He is a very resilient young man you've raised, and God bless you so much. All right, let's talk about your story through school. Take us through. How was schooling for you growing up?
Okay, I'll say it was a little bit tough because let me start from here. I started school from village. I was old when I went to school because I still remember my first day at school. I went to school with rice and a benquine, so I still remember everything. So maybe I was about maybe 8 years before I started school.
Wow.
So I came to Kumasi when I was in class 6, probably around 13-15 years when I came to Kumasi. So I had a little bit of my education in the village when I came to Kumasi. for my primary and GHS.
All right, schooling in a village can be tough. Many people have had to cross bridges and lakes and stuff just to try and get to a classroom. Were you privileged to have a school in your village, or you had to trek?
I have to trek for about 3 miles. So in total, I have to trek for like 6 miles every day for school. And when there is a heavy downpour, there is a river that we have to cross before you go to school called Sre.
Nanasre.
Yeah, and if it overflows, no
school for everybody.
Yeah, so,
wow,
yeah, that was
so you had to commute for 6 miles in total every day
yeah.
to go to school and come back. And for those who are familiar with it, that is almost 10 kilometers of walking, not in a bus or in a transport vehicle, on your two-ped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You did walk on your feet like this, Charlie, almost 10 kilometers every single day.
And after school, I have to take my flock, sheep, to graze. So
yeah, because that's a popular business in the northern part of Ghana, cattle raising.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So in my locality, they call me by David. So they nickname me David Odranshefo.
And David Odranshefo, which biblically means David in the Bible, who was also a shepherd, right? So this is a shepherd man there. He will come from school as a kid, and then he has to head the flock out there and then take care of the flock. So 6 miles, covering 6 miles every day, and then you move from the northern region to the Ashanti region, Kumasi. What made you move down there?
No, all this, what I'm saying, everything happened in Ashanti region, but in the village of Ashanti region, because my parents moved to Ashanti region, but in the village settings.
In the village settings?
Yeah, just for farming and stuff like that. So we were giving birth over there.
Okay, all right. So from the north, you guys, your parents moved to the Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Now, take us through your primary and all of that. You mentioned how you had difficulty getting accepted at a certain class, and then you had to tell us about that.
Yeah. So when I didn't have any idea that I would be moving to Kumasi, so it was Tuesday, 2008, AFCON.
Yeah, AFCON, 2008 in Ghana.
Ghana against Guinea.
Ghana against Guinea.
That was the day that I left the village.
Okay.
So I went to school. I came back around 3, and my sister told me that at that time we lost our father, so our elder brothers were taking in charge of everything. So my sister had told me that my brothers called her that both of I and her would be leaving the village that night. So I didn't even get a chance to even tell anybody that I'll be my friends and everybody that I'll be leaving the village. So I left the village and we came to Kumasi and Swami. We started looking for schools that would accept me, because coming from a village and the education we're not that privileged to have quality education over there. It was very difficult to get a class for my age and what I know, my level of education. So there was this school that decided to have an entrance exams for me. That was Living Waters, Swami. Anybody who lives around Swami.
Living Waters in Swami, okay.
Swami, around that vicinity, we know that school. So at that time I was in class 6. So
okay.
They gave me the entrance exams for class 6, and I failed the exams to the extent that I wasn't accepted in class 5, not in class 4, but in class 3.
Hey, from class 6 to class.
Yeah, because
then you'll be the grown up, among the children in class 3.
Yeah, I was called P3 Papa.
P3 Papa, primary 3 Papa. Means you are the grandfather of all the little children.
You are looking at my height and my body.
Your height and your body.
They were like kids around me.
Kids around you.
I stayed determined to go to the school.
All right. And then you finally went to junior high school and then to secondary school. But then you had an experience in JSS all the way to secondary school. So you had difficulty and some teachers came through for you. Yeah. Tell me about those experiences too.
Yeah, before I started this, Sir Ricky, your son is talking. I know you'll be watching this video. I'll send you the link. Your son is talking. Mr. Prosper, I'm here. And I'll say a big thank you to Mr. Prosper and Sir Ricky. You've really shaped my life. You changed everything. You changed my perception about education, about life, and about everything. Okay, so when I was admitted into class 3, I was very bad. I could not read. I could not write. Before I'll go to that story, let me tell you one story. There was a day my brother came home with his girlfriend, and he wanted me to go and buy food stuff from the market. So because I was a little bit, I was a kid or like not too grown, they thought I would forget the things that they would tell me to get. So they told me to get a sheet of paper and a pen and write all the things that they would ask me. Now, the first thing that my brother said was Pepe. I know Pepe to be Mako, but I could not spell Pepe.
Okay.
This time I was like maybe 13, 15 years, like somebody was from class 6. So I drew Pepe.
A teenager.
Yeah, I drew Pepe on the sheet of paper, dash 50 pesos. Then he said tomatoes. I know tomatoes.
But you couldn't.
I could not spell tomatoes.
So you have to draw it and then.
I drew tomatoes and I put 50 pesos. So after everything, he said, give me the sheet of paper, let me confirm if
You got it right.
you've gotten everything right. So I gave him the sheet of paper and he looked at it, he shook his head, he said, no, you are not going. Sit down. And let me tell you, after everything, I couldn't eat the food because he was there with a girlfriend. And that would be one of my saddest days in life after the loss of my father. I think that was one of the saddest days of my life, because as a grown up,
Almost 15.
15 years, who could not spell tomatoes, pepper, it was very sad. So going back to the story, I was a very bad student. I could not read, could not write, could not even understand when somebody speaks English. Could not do anything. I just go to class, sit down, listen to what they are saying, come back home. Listen to what they are saying, come back home. So I met this teacher called Mr. Ricky. I met him in class 4. He was our class teacher. So the first day he met me, he saw I was a little bit off. I wasn't part of the class, although I was in class, but I wasn't part of the class. So after school, he came to me and asked me, what's the problem? I narrated everything to him, and he told me that if I'm ready to help myself, he will help me. So I told him, yeah, I want to help myself and change everything. So he made an offer to me. He said from that day, he'll be giving his lunch to me.
Hey.
Every day he will give his lunch.
The teacher said he will give his own lunch to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will give his lunch to me.
Mr. Ricky, it's you.
Yeah. He will give his lunch to me, and every day he will give me 2 pages of a book, either a storybook or textbook to read, and ask me questions on the next day.
The next day.
Again, he will be doing classes for everybody in the class. I should join, but he's not taking any money from me or my parents. So that was the deal that he had with me, and I said, accept it. So we continued to do this. He was teaching citizenship education as at that time. So he started with teaching me like individually, core
one-on-one,
core math, social studies, all the other courses. So we started in first term, class 4. The third term, there was fruits. There was a ripping fruit.
You were seeing results.
Yeah, I was seeing results from somebody from 21st.
In class, you were 21st, and all of a sudden, your position, you started performing, and you were topping what? What position? Fifth in class.
Fifth in class. And
that is huge.
Yeah. Let me tell my class. No, anybody who knows Living Waters knows. In Swame, if you talk about private schools, you talk about Roman Catholic, Shalom, Living Waters. So it wasn't a bad school that you say it was just maybe the students were bad that I was able to perform. So you have to know he really helped me.
He really helped you.
He really helped me, Mr. Ricky. I would never forget it. And you know, I've been talking to you every day. So you know.
Where is he right now? The teacher who really helped you to groom you one-on-one, to work on you, to inspire you to even sacrifice his lunch and all of that for you, just to see you progress because he saw potential in you. Where is he right now? Is he still a teacher or?
Yeah, he's a teacher, but now he's a sports pundit at Wayopa FM and a lecturer at University of Education. Currently, Kenten Apia Minka, University of Entrepreneurship Skills and Development.
University of Education, UCK.
Yeah, in Kumasi.
In Kumasi, the one after Esuye Watanoso. Yeah. Okay, so right around my Esuye Watanoso, I want to me back Kumasi. I want to show. All right, so Mr. Ricky, God bless you. Now, if you're a teacher watching this and you have been used as an instrument to shape the lives of kids who have potential but were, falling behind, slipping through the cracks of studies, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate it. There are so many Mr. Ricky's out there, but I want to honor a teacher like Mr. Ricky. For without you, I don't know what the story of this young man would have been. You saw the potential in him. You knew he could do better. You knew he could, and you took upon yourself to sacrifice your lunch, to go out of the way, up and be beyond, above and beyond, to just bring the best out of him. And you saw him leap through the progress like that. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate you, Mr. Ricky. Wherever you are, Yamin Shrao, or you Repa FM, right? Your guy is here right now, and it's all because, you know, he's here today and he cannot stop. Now, you see, I've been sharing stories of teachers God used to also shape my own life, all right? God used a teacher like Mr. Ameusika, who was not even in my class, who was not even in my school, a different school, and right on the same compound, just close by, Mr. Ameusika, another man, to shape my mathematics learning and bring me. I used to struggle with math. And this man knew that I had a potential. When I couldn't even pay for his own private classes, he would let me come and sit in for free. I want to use this opportunity to bless Mr. Musika. If he's still alive in Ghana and somebody knows him, let him watch this video. I would love to be in touch with him, all right? I also want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. Ampofo, former teacher of Polygonal 3 GSS, who went on to also teach at Aquinas and Thomas Aquinas. God used you to also shape me in mathematics. He used to teach me for free privately without taking money from me because he knew the potential that was stuck inside of me. Mr. Anhiable, as well, a friend teacher, God used you as well in many ways to bless me. You even paid my tuition at some point when I was struggling to pay my first tuition to enter secondary school. And God also used somebody in secondary school, Accra Academy, Mr. Ejari, aka Jaru. You be too much. God used many people like yourself to shape my life and then bring the best out of us today. When people see us, they see the shine, but they don't know God used people like you guys to shape all of us. Mr. Ricky, man like Ricky, God bless you. If you tune into Oripa FM, I wanted to give a special shout out to him because this young man here, Isaac, is forever or eternally grateful to you for the investment you made into him. Now, and then you also mentioned Mr. Prosper.
Yeah. Mr. Prosper. Yeah, I met Mr. Prosper in GHS. So in Living Waters, we had different locations for the levels. So the primary 1 to primary 6 was in Swame, and GHS 1 to GHS 3 was in Anomanji. So okay. when I graduated from P6 to Form 1, I then met Mr. Prosper, who was also a new student, a new teacher in the school. He also, I don't know what brings them to me, right? But I don't go to them, they come to me and ask me what's wrong with me. He also came to me and asked me, and I narrated everything to him. He asked me who pays my school fees, everything. Like, he asked me everything about my family. I narrated everything to him, and he told me that he's also willing to help me if I'm ready to help myself. And I said, yeah, because my main motive why I was learning so serious was that I didn't want to go back to the village.
You didn't want to go back to the village?
Yes, because I had a perception that my brothers, they're very radical, right? They're very radical. Or if I'm from a family that even my mom will not like sit you down and advise you, right? He will just tell you what is right, go and do it, right? That's the kind of family that I come from. If I knew that if I do anything wrong, my brothers will not call me to ask me why did you fail or why they will tell me that because you are not ready to learn, we are taking you to the village.
They will take you back. So when he said radical, he said it in a positive way.
Yeah.
It's coming from a family where Charlie, the thing no day.
Yeah.
Poverty be serious. So you get a chance where they take you from the village, come, the big city say make you can't hustle, then you say you know go study, then you will come the village can't join us. That be what you mean by radical. Because the family inside or people know should I go school like that. So when we he lost his father too. So your brothers literally became
my father.
Your father, right? All right. Thank you so much there.
So when I got to Form 1, I met Mr. Prosper. I narrated everything to him, and he said he also wants to help me. He also made an offer to me. Prosper was giving me money, like weekly. He was giving me money, and he also organized extra classes and told me that since you don't want me to miss school, classes and schools, I'll be in charge of the collection of the money. Hey,
you be the accountant?
I was the accountant.
Wow.
So I'll collect the money every month. I make accounts to him, then he pays me.
He was even paying you on top.
Yeah,
and you are attending the classes too for free.
For free.
Wow. Prosper, we boy, what it? God bless man like Prosper. God richly bless you. God richly bless you.
Yeah.
And was he a trained teacher or he was?
I think he was a newly high school graduate.
Okay.
So he had a connection with me, and because I was old in the school, so we were like friends. Even if I'm not with uniform, we see us to be like colleagues.
To your colleagues,
yeah,
right? So you grow past the students for there.
I grew up. OG.
You know.
Because as at that time I could go to the bush with myself and a dog, and hunt for grass cutters and antelope. So that time,
some of you don't understand this kind of stories.
Yeah,
If you real hustler, you know you understand what he's talking about.
That was so. Mr. Prosper also helped me a lot, and when I got to Form 2, Mr. Prosper was the first person who told me that he know that I can write the BC and pass.
The basic education certificate exams, you could write it and pass ahead of your classmates.
Yeah, he told me, he called about 5 of us to his office and told us that he knows we can write and pass. And that student that he called, 5 students, I was the 5th person, like in class position, I was the 5th person. But when everybody left, he called me back and told me that he knows that I was the one who passed. So I should go and take the BEC.
Wow. And
my brother also agreed to it. So I went to the village and registered for the BEC. Village, no lights, no lights. Even as I talk now, there's no lights at where I was born.
There is still no electricity.
No lights, no potable water, nothing. Like very typical village guy, like I don't know if you say village, you know village.
Proper village.
Yeah, just village, like large village. Yeah. So that's where
if you don't understand, you just put 10 kilometers on your map and try to walk and see how long it will take you. This was how he was trekking every day just to go to school.
So I went and registered for the BC. I went to the school for about a month. I studied. I wrote their mock and did everything. And God being so grateful to us, in the student, about 800 students, I was the best student.
From out of 800?
Yeah. And as at that time, I was supposed to get a scholarship, something like that, but Ghana and
yeah, we know the politics of that.
Yeah, so it never happened. So after that, I went to high school in Tamale, Ghana Senior High. So I'm Oga.
Hey.
If anybody watching me, I'm Oga.
That was your nickname?
No, that's old
Ghana, or yes, Oga.
Yeah.
He's an Oga.
Oh, he's an Oga.
And you know, the school where you go, the secondary school, that be the former president of Ghana, former president John Mahama,
and his wife.
And his wife's
I don't know, Drusu.
Yeah. You know, if you know that school, you know, say that school has produced a lot of,
great Ghana school, the home of learning. Great Ghana school, the home to say sex. You shall rise, my mother's school, rise, my mother's school to be.
Oh, if you be your guy where day here, I did comment to your guy day here, he make you guys proud though. He's making you guys proud. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot in life, but trust me, God has decided to glorify and just shine his favor upon him. Trust me, he's been through a lot. You see him smile like this, but he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. Let's continue.
So I went to high school, living waters, and Ghana Senior High School. So I was offered agricultural science, and I wanted to learn agricultural science because I had one teacher saying that you can become petroleum engineer when you read agricultural science.
So that got into your head and said no.
I would like to study agric.
Agric, okay.
Yeah, so I went to agric, and for the first year, I was selected to be part of the science and maths quiz, but I was at disadvantage because of the agric. I didn't do biology
and elective maths.
So
okay.
When we got to Form 2, that they were preparing the team, they had to like exclude me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was expelled and that.
Wow, you see how far he's come. Somebody who was struggling in class. Now look at him now, right? Topping a group of 800, taking the BEC a year ahead of his time, and now even almost making it into the shortlisted people for National Science and Maths Quiz. That is how much resilience this man has there. All right, so then you finished and then you went to where?
So I went to Sunyani Technical University and I did my first degree in agricultural science. I also did my national service at Achumakwamoma as extension officer. And here I am after a year later. I'm here in Canada, sitting beside the great man from Ghana.
Your fellow hustler. Charlie, we've been through a lot though.
Yeah,
so the agri what you do, no, you ended up ditching your petroleum engineer dream because you heard that when you do the agri, you can become a petroleum engineer. Eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, but here you are in Canada. I know a lot of people are interested in this part here. Let's talk about how you came across my. Do you have memories of when you first watched my video?
Okay, so I think that would be early 2021, maybe around January, February.
I started around May, so you would have started watching me from May going. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. That was I think that was the first video that Chorkor Millionaire posted on social media.
Wow.
So I was just scrolling through my Facebook, or is it Facebook? Yeah, Facebook. And I saw this man. Yeah, it was about maybe 5 minutes video or something like that.
It wasn't long. Yeah,
it was a short video. I watched the video and I showed it to my cousin that look at what this guy is saying. It's like there is something in it, right? So at that time I followed him. At that time, I think I was in level 100 or level 200, right? University. So I had no intention or whatsoever that I'll be coming to Canada, but I just followed him because I think I thought the message that he shared that day was very inspiring. So I followed his page, and after national service, after a year after national service, as every graduate in Ghana becomes hopeless. I became helpless. Nothing was moving. I applied about 55 jobs. Nobody contacted me that they want to even interview me. There was only one company that called me back that they would like to have an interview with me, but their job is located in Sawam, and I'm in Kumasi, and the pay is not good. So if they even select me for the job and I should come to Sawam and live there, it wouldn't be even fine for me. So, and I think I was very happy that they contacted me back because that was my first, and I had applied to about 50 companies. Nobody was willing to hire me. So around October 2020, I called my sister and I told my sister that Ama, my sister is called Ama. I told her that now life, I'm struggling with life, and I'm staying with my cousin called Francis Chairman. Chairman too is one person that has been, man. Just imagine, look at, has grown up like me. He buys food for me. I live with him. Pay the bills. Give me his car. Show me how to drive.
He taught you driving.
Everything. That if anybody is not able to live with Francis Janama, then you can live with Jesus Christ.
Wow, you hear what the man said there? He said, if you don't feel live with Francis Janama, you don't feel live with Jesus Christ. Yeah. That is how generous and kind or benevolent chairman you've been to him. Not just a cousin, you're more than a cousin. Yeah. And when you see people who have been through a lot, they never forget those God used to bless them. You see how he's calling everybody's name? You've noticed that is how I also do it, isn't it? Because when the thing we go through, if God used you, he give you one water and make you drink, we never forget. They see him. Chairman, God bless you.
Because, you know,
hopefully you don't cry.
I wouldn't.
Yes, hopefully you don't cry. Because don't pull a Peter Bewa on me today, please.
He knows. Francis knows. He knows everything. We are like from the same family, right? So he knows the conditions. He knows everything. And for a young guy, university graduate, chartered accountant, to live with another graduate in one room apartment, the same bed, kitchen, the same washroom, to the extent that sometimes he has to stop his girlfriend, his fiancée, from coming over because of me. Chairman,
God bless you. God bless you, Chairman. God bless you, Francis. God bless you.
Chairman, you know, if the poor says he loves you, you never know, because it can only be expressed in words.
Amen. This is your poor man, fellow poor man. Because in this when we meet like this, poverty will conquer more. Poverty is a bastard.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on there, because if we dwell on this too much, you are probably going to get everybody emotional, and I don't want everybody to be crying watching this. So you came across my video. You had no plan of coming to Canada. But all of a sudden, what happened? You decided.
All of a sudden, my elder brother calls me and says, "I want to take you to Canada and go and study." That was the surprise of my life. That was the surprise of my life. And that time I was living with Chairman. He called me around 12 a.m. Right? I went and knocked the door. Chairman, this is the news. My brother said he wants to take me to Canada and study. That night,
you probably couldn't sleep.
it was called. Chairman cried and I cried.
You cried.
Although we've not had a visa, no admission fee, but for even my brother to tell me that I have an idea for you, I've thought of you, that I want to take you to Canada, it was fulfilling.
Fulfilling. All right.
So because I was watching his videos and stuff like that, it wasn't difficult for me to do my applications, visa, school applications, and my visa applications.
Did you do it all by yourself? Or
I did everything
use
by
an
myself.
agent? Okay.
I did everything by myself with my 2x4 laptop.
The 2x4 laptop.
If you touch the charger, the laptop goes.
The moment somebody touch the charger, the laptop will go off.
So if I'm typing like that.
Laptop.
Because if you shake the laptop, everything goes off.
If the lights have go off, but if they take the light like Doomsaw or never happen, your laptop is also off.
And I will take this opportunity to also tell everybody who have an idea of studying outside Ghana or anywhere you are watching, Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia, anywhere, South Africa, anywhere. School application and visa application is a 3-month course that you have to study, pass, and graduate.
Did you hear that? You know him. Make we cut and put one for TikTok, there you go hear him.
Yeah.
He says school application, it be like 3-month course. Oh, you for study pass them. Meaning for sit yourself there and learn the art of doing these things. Do it and go through it. If you know be so, you go pay 6 million naira. You go pay or you go do Okay.
Even so, when my brother told me that he wants to help me apply for schools and go to Canada, he also gave me a number that this person will assist me, because he has had a conversation.
If you had any trouble,
he had a conversation with the person. My first call to the person, the response wasn't positive. You know, he was like, "Oh, I'll help you with that," but within me, I felt that this is not a genuine guy. So I called my brother back and I said, "I'll do it myself."
You do it yourself. DIY.
Yeah, I'll do it myself. And he was like, "Can you do it?" And I said, "Yes, I will do it." I said, "Okay, give it a try." So I started watching videos, Chorkor Millionaire, any video that I'll come across. Yes. So at that time we had this midnight bundle, MTN midnight bundle.
Hey, MTN come inside. MTN. I beg bring the bundle, but if you have taken it away.
It was 1 CD. 1 CD from 12 a.m. to like 5 a.m. or something like that. So because I was jobless, hopeless, I wasn't going anywhere during the day. So I watched the videos from 12 a.m. to like 5. So 5, I'll sleep after 5.
Wow, after 5 then you go your bed.
Yeah, they go my bed because I was jobless.
The whole is going to bed.
I was jobless.
Real Omar. Informal Victoria, you know, you were watching my videos from midnight all the way to, when your husband will be sleeping and you are watching Chorkor Millionaire. All of you who have been staying throughout the night to use the night bundle, because, Charlie, money is not easy to come by and buy internet, Charlie. You are fully represented. You see the fruits of your labor very soon. And you went through it and you sat to watch the videos and you were...
I watched the videos, everything. I got 2 or 3 people who review every document for me. There was a classmate of Chairman who was living in US, and he came through school, so he was reviewing all my documents, all my writings and everything. And there was another one called Achu. Achu also went for medical school in China. So I got in touch with him, and he was also reviewing some of my writings.
Your writings.
And everything for me. So I did the school application. I first did Hamburg College. I did Hamburg College, and I had an admission, but they said I should write chemistry and physics. I said, fuck off. I can't write chemistry and physics. Because,
the man has been through a lot of things.
I've studied.
You know, if you would have written the chemistry and the physics, you would have gone through the national science and math quiz, and then probably not do a grade. So anyway, but eventually, which school did you get through?
I chose Durham College because my brother wanted me to pick a school in GTA, right?
Greater Toronto area, where there are a lot more jobs.
So I had Durham College. Before I applied, I wrote an email to them with my certificate and everything.
Just to find out whether they will waste your time or they will accept you.
Yeah, so I wrote an email to them. They responded in 3 days' time that I should go through the application process, and they assured that with my qualification and everything, they assured that I'll have admission, but it is waitlisted. So if I don't do the application early, I might not get admission. So I did the application and everything, and about a month later, they gave me an email that I've been accepted to study horticulture technician in Durham College.
So he is currently studying horticulture
technician. In the Ghanaian educational landscape, it's like agricultural landscape.
Agricultural landscape. If there was an equivalent in Ghana, that would be agricultural landscape. Horticulture technician. That's what he's studying at Durham College. And currently, yours truly, Chorkor Millionaire, is broadcasting live from Durham College. And we're coming your way with this interview because we know this will inspire quite a lot of you. Now, I want to use this opportunity to also just issue this disclaimer. Chorkor Millionaire's platform is not about everybody must leave Africa and travel abroad because that is where the grass is greener. No, the grass is greener everywhere in the world. The truth is, sometimes we need systems and we need all kinds of things to help people realize the potentials around them. And I feel that for many of us, systems back home trap our potentials. Not all of us can stay. If you're one of the people who feel trapped and you feel that whatever you've been doing, things are so hard, hey, no regret at all, leave. Remember, God is the one who decides where we live and where we stay. The same God that told the first man to ever jackpot Abraham, go. Everyone say, me I be horticultural expert too. Everything they here, all my capital they here. He said, make I go. He said, Abraham, I say, go. He said, those times a visa no deal. He said, don't give them travel. Port of entry, said, Abraham said, I don't know which one it is. He said, go. He goes and he said, but which country I for transit? He said, just keep going. That same God who told Abraham to go is the same God who also told Isaac that stay. Don't go. Stay. This is your land. This is your native country. Be there, I will bless you. So what I stand for be two things. It is absolutely unintellectual and unrealistic to tell people never to travel. It is not in your power to tell people not to travel. Right? Why? Because man is ordered by God. He said he has marked the place of each and every man. He determines our places. If it's the will of God that you leave a village and come to the city, it will happen. No. If it's the will of God that you also leave the city and go back to the village to start a pig or poultry business or whatever, it will also happen. If it's the will of God that you also leave Africa and go abroad like Kwame Nkrumah did, even though the man said no, he finished school well and he struggled with things, but just to go and meet the Marcus Garvey's and co, you go. If it be God in will, say you too, you be former President Mugabe, you will leave Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, and come to Ghana and meet Kwame Nkrumah and be fired up to go and liberate our people in Zimbabwe. It will happen. All I'm trying to say is that open up your minds and don't be a witch in the ways of people who are pursuing their dreams. Many of us who graduate from universities or polytechnics feel disenchanted and hopeless when graduation is staring us. Why? Because the systems around us choke dreams. The systems around us actually are so uninspiring that you ought to know somebody so you can get your way out there. And that is what Chorkor Millionaire is against. If you're one of the people who are watching me and you are doing so well, you probably don't feel the same way, isn't it? Things were buttered for you left and right. Your bread was buttered for you left and right. True of us. By the time you go finish school, your parents have already ordered to see your face where you take day there. No, you people, the mess the system give you all. Before you go finish school, so your parents have already connected you in high places already. Did you struggle to get your national service in that office you're working? You know, so You are from good families that they work for. So we will not do them. He say we they go, he say make the witch see your face. Obanje. Open up your mind. I also believe that even if we Africans will leave to go and hustle, we'll come back. Unless we die there without being prepared for the death. We'll come back. So me, they watch me like this. They come in there, we will come back. Oh. And right there, we will come back. Because in Nkrumah said, we come back. This man said, they watch him. No. He be hustling where he can't hustle. You know, say this place is not our land. No matter what we do, the black man, that's not where we're supposed to be. We are only on a journey trying to put bread and butter stuff together. And when the time is due, the black man will return to the continent. And when we return, there is a new wind blowing where a new generation of Africans with new ideas, Africans who are hungry to see the continent back to its glory days. Those days where civilization started from the continent, those days where everything was happening and we're ahead, we'll get back there. But it will only happen when there are new Africans with new thinking and new oil move around the world and learn and learn and learn. They learn from all the countries that are doing well. And when we come back to the continent, we move this continent forward. And we get all the people who are choking the progress on the continent out of business. Thank you so much for sharing your journey so far. So you got the admission into Durham College, what is in the Durham region, where I am right now. We're actually broadcasting from the Durham region. And then the next stage was to prepare and then leave.
Yeah.
What year did you come to Canada?
I came here last year, so 2022.
Do you remember the month you came in?
August.
Same August?
Yeah, August 10th.
So the August-born man came to Canada in August, just like Chorkor Millionaire too. And today we are meeting. The blood that is boiling between us, right? I know we good blood. So, anyway, all right. So you started your studies. Is it a 1 year program or a 2 year program?
2 year program.
Okay, so you've only done 1 year so far, right?
Yeah.
Now, you also told me so many stories and things that happened to you that for me are simple acts of grace and favor. There were moments where you had breakthrough and just favor from humans here that a lot of people would have thought, wow, how did you get all these things? And tell me about your job and how you even landed your job that you do right now.
Okay, I'll start from where.
You start. Tell me.
Yeah. I'll start from where I got my bank statement.
Okay.
Because the bank statement was also a breakthrough for me.
Breakthrough.
Because none of my family members would even raise 30,000 Ghana cedis.
No, that one would be dollars.
No, Ghana cedis.
30,000 Ghana cedis then.
Even 10,000. Let me say 10,000.
Okay.
10,000 Ghana cedis. That means $1,000 in account, like sitting in the account. It was very difficult for me to get any bank statement to apply for my studies.
The man is talking about bank statement. Say bank statement. I want you to type there. Say bank statement. Right now we talk.
When I finished high school, I went to Swami Magazine to learn auto fitting. Right?
Auto fitting, Swami Magazine.
Swami Magazine. So I was into windscreen and auto glass and everything. Right? So I met this guy called Atta Francis. A rich guy, a young rich guy, like 40 years, right? 39 years. So, like I'm very respectful. Like I'm respectful. I'm jovial. I laugh. Anything that you say to me, you said. If you hear me arguing on top of my voice, then somebody has said a degrading word against Manchester United.
Okay. And so now that I know that Manchester United can get you really far, we won't talk about Manchester United. Are we allowed to talk about Harry Maguire alone though?
Oh. Because so it was about a month, going 2 months. I've not had any bank statement, and time is catching up and everything. I just remember this man. Let me call him. It was Monday. I picked the phone, called him. Brother, this is what I'm going to say. Wednesday, come for it.
No. Just like that.
200,000 Ghana cedis.
No, sort you out.
200,000.
Sort you out.
Very out. 200,000 Ghana cedis.
Brother Francis.
Atta Francis.
Yamin Shrao. Yamin Shrao. Bank statement. One winning. Bank statement. That document, as your friend is saying, as in electoral result, pink sheet cry. Bank statement, very powerful. Some of you are at that stage right now. May God bring the right people, the sponsors in your life to make things easy for you. So that was where you had your first favor.
I had my first favor.
Okay, let's talk about
my second favor also happened at Pearson Airport. I got to Pearson Airport.
This Pearson.
Pearson Airport, Toronto.
This one.
Yes, just here. Pearson Airport. I got to the officers and they were like, prove that you are communicating with Durham College.
Prove that you have been corresponding or communicating with the school you are coming to. Show us proof of correspondence.
So I asked them that, what proof do you want? And they said, email that shows my student number, my name, and it's direct from Durham College. No agency.
No agency, direct between you and the school.
Yeah. So,
listen, if you are a high-risk traveler, you may be asked this question, or even if sometimes you are not, some officers, the way they are not in the right mood, will tell you, show us conversation between you and the school. So those of you where they use agent, you they sleep, you say the agent is doing it for me, DFM, doing it for me, DFM, doing it for me, people. If they say you should prove that you have been corresponding with your school, when you don't feel prove them that day, if you don't take time, your stomach will do
so,
the airport.
So I had no internet connection, so I wasn't able to prove, right?
So no Wi-Fi. Even though Wi-Fi did the airport, sometimes strategically your phones have nobody connecting. God wants to save you.
And they use some bongo phone be screen all crashed. Everything.
The screen is cracked. Your phone.
So the agent was like, "Give me your phone." I gave him his phone. He connected the Wi-Fi to me. Now show us the proof. There was pressure on me. I could not even open my password.
Piercing pressure. Your password is not if you enter.
I could not open my password.
Like,
I was just shaking. There come a man, another immigration officer. I watch his name, and his name is called Apia.
Ghanaian Apia.
My father's name was Apia.
Your father's name is also Apia. Your late father's name is also Apia.
So immediately I saw the name. I said, "Oh, my father is here."
Your father, who is dead, his spirit is here today.
My father is here.
Okay.
So he came and stood back. He came and stood at the back of the officer.
The officer who is checking you.
Who is checking me. And the guy took my, took my passport. Look at my face. Look at the passport. Then gave back the passport to the officer who is checking me. Then the officer said, "Can't you show anything?
Can't you show anything?
Can't you show anything?" So then I remember that the
share this video. Share the video, guys. We are watching. I want people to come and watch this video. Come and share the video for people to come and watch.
Then I remember that the school gave me a link to download an app.
An app?
Yeah, a student app.
Okay.
So I remember that I opened the student app, and the student app was like automatic. I didn't need any
login, nothing.
So I just opened it, and they saw my my student number and my name, and they were like, okay. They printed everything for me, and I came out of Pearson.
Wow.
So I want to say that was my second breakthrough. The man who came and stood back, who stood at the back of the officer who was checking my document, was my savior.
Was your savior?
Yeah.
Your father who has passed on, his name is Apia. The immigration officer who came to stand over the shoulder of the one who was frustrating you had a name,
Apia,
and his name on his badge was Apia.
Yeah, black man.
Whether it's coincidence or whether it is spiritual, all I know is that he found favor. Remember, he said when they asked him to show proof and he couldn't do this, even the password was not.
And I did application. I did application by myself.
He did it by himself. Oh, nobody say agent self we did inside, but the pressure.
The pressure.
Say pressure.
And eager to enter Canada.
To enter Canada.
Everything.
As the man has said this story, just last week, one of our brothers was returned home because the officer insisted at Pearson. Say Pearson. Is that they tell you? See that video where I get for YouTube with the title, "The airport you use can mess up your travel experience." No, that video, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it too. Because you will learn so much. In fact, when I read the comments under that video on my YouTube channel, people said, "Look, without this your video, I would have messed up. I would have messed up at the airport." Everything you said, it was as if Chorkor was talking to me. Everything you said. Go and watch that video. The type of airport you use can mess you up. When you are coming, be prepared. And remember, even sometimes when you prepare so well, sometimes the pressure alone, and when you can pray into your journey, that you find favor before the officer who will process you at your port of entry. Sometimes You are legit, you have everything right, but pressure can just see it. Password was just not working. Yet, that was his own application. And he had a breakthrough. So that was your second favor.
That's my
Then
second favor.
your third one. Let's talk about it.
My third one was when I started school, like winter semester. January semester. I went to class and we were doing normal studies and everything. And this our lecturer came to our class. We had a normal lectures and everything. So after class, I went to him personally and asked him that. I asked him questions that I didn't understand this portion of what he taught us today and this and that and that. And he said, he asked me one question. He didn't answer the question that I asked him. He asked me one question. Are you working this summer? I said, no. He said, I want you to work for my company.
Your lecturer in your college year,
my college,
just having a conversation with him privately, asked you whether you were working this summer. You said no. Then he said you are hired. You should come and work with his private company.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And I was supposed to do a co-op program, 80 hours on paid co-op program. He offered me to do the co-op program in his company and still paid me.
Hey, so you know they call this favor. You know they call this. You know how many students in our class? How many international students there might be there?
Even Canadians.
Canadians have then did there, but even way this in lecturer, where your lecturer be black man, or be Jamaica, or be African, or be
Canadian.
Be Canadian,
white
so
Canadian.
Be Caucasian. Where you say they won't make you can't work, so your co-op self technically sort you out where you do it.
Yeah. So I was working. He was paying me and doing my co-op program at the same time.
Yeah, well, as they talk business, sometimes they go some places 5 days and things.
My first time being on island.
You enjoy the island express more.
We had to stay on the island for 5 days. Everything sorted out. Hotels, boats, jet ski, everything.
I don't mind. The village body this is the meeting of two poor men. You don't be poor before you can understand. You see,
if there is something behind poor, I was there.
You were there. You be extra poor. Wow. Don't worry. When you go on an island cruise on a boat and stuff like that, and then you are getting all your hotels sorted out, and you're getting, your food taken care of, and it's coming from your lecturer who was hired you and all of that, you know that it's called favor. You understand? It's called favor. Favor is upon this gentleman. It's upon this. There is favor over him, and he's been favored. And this is how God works. Yeah. If you are from a family that is full of a lot of crisis, sometimes God will reach just one person to just break that chain. I don't know who is watching me right now. If you're under the sound of my voice right now, and you are one of these people, you ain't gonna give up. In the name of Jesus, I command your breakthrough. It will happen. It will happen. He did it for me. About 16 siblings. Some of my siblings, I cannot recognize them when I meet them today. Recently, a photo was sent to me. Said, do you know this lady? I said, no. He said, that is your sibling. That is your sister. That is how serious it is. Some of us, we need somebody to even remind us that this person is your sibling. But I'm telling you that you watching me today, you won't give up. I don't know whether your breakthrough will come from the land you are in or you travel, but you will not give up. You won't give up. Because there is something in your destiny and it will come to pass. You will never give up. You will thrive. When you thrive, the blessings will overflow and touch members of your family. He is still on a journey. He's still a work in progress. But the one thing I know is that the gratitude pouring out of this man, the joy in his spirit, he is just on that journey. And God will just keep connecting him and connecting him and connecting him. I want you to use this opportunity. Let's appreciate your brothers. Because when things were tough and your dad passed on in 2006, right?
Yeah, 2006.
2006. 21st March. It was your siblings or your brothers and your sisters there who stood to mobilize and get you out of the village, and basically they did so much. I want you to use this opportunity to mention their names without disclosing locations. Just go ahead and appreciate them.
I'll mention it from the elders, right? And I know how much you've sacrificed for me. I know sometimes, and I'm sorry that within all this, I've not been able to say thank you. I know how much you've sacrificed for me. Very much.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. People, this is Chorkor Millionaire coming your way with an interview with my brother here, Isaac from Ghana. And when you see a man cry like this without anything striking him, you know that it's just memories and memories. Sometimes it's just a sweet, bittersweet cry or tear. And I want you to, if you find yourself privileged, born into a good family, I am happy for you, truly happy for you. But I want you to learn to empathize with the poor. It's not easy being poor. It's not easy being born on the wrong side of the universe or in the wrong side of social class. It's a lot of monsters we've had to fight, battles we've had to fight. There are many of my siblings who have not been able to make it. They had beautiful dreams. Their dreams were all valid, but they just could not muscle the resilience because the systems and the forces fighting are just strong. When you see stories like this on this platform, they are not stories that are orchestrated dramatically to just get people there. They are real stories, and you can only understand if you've been through it. You can only understand. This tear here is a tear of so many memories. Memories. Only the poor can understand the plight of the poor. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you tag your friends. Remember, Chorkor believes your dream is valid, whether you jackpot or whether you stay. The most important thing is that do not give up. Promise me you're not going to give up. Promise me you'll continue fighting through it. Promise me you'll continue to network yourself with people who care for your progress, people who believe in you, people like Prosper, people like Sir Ricky, people like Francis, and all the angels in human form that God is going to use to shape your destiny. You will never give up. I want you to give your final message to anybody who is under the sound of your voice today.
No, my people who have really helped me, I think I've not finished mentioning their name.
Promise me you won't cry. Okay?
I won't cry. I won't cry.
All right.
Yeah. I know all my brothers and sisters, I know how much you've sacrificed for me just to finish my school and to get a better place to live and to have a family. I know there was a time you have to go and sleep on empty stomach just to give me food to eat. I know I've not forgotten about it. I'll make you proud one day. It is a battle between me and poverty, between us and poverty, not ourselves. Moses, I know the sacrifice that you've sacrificed for me. I know what you've went through. I know. Let's give glory to God for how far He has brought us. And take care of my mom. I'll make you proud. Amen. Every day there is one prayer that before I sleep, I pray that you live long. I'll make you proud. And you know who I am. You know the values and cultures that you've instilled in me. My brothers and sisters, you know how you trained me. I will never go away from what you taught me. Kindness, determination, and perseverance. Sister Rose, you stayed in Anumanji. The food that you gave me every evening. Auntie, Mr. Kos Mami Auntie, Mr. Abena Mami Auntie, Jemfi Mami Auntie, Auntie Monica, Sister Vida, Antiefiru and man swame sunyane yori gabins. The food that you gave me years ago. And until me that yes. I never smoked. I never had to taste alcohol because of you. The advice, the love, the kindness that you shared with me when I was around you is unforgettable. I will never forget anything that you did for me from primary, GHS, and up to now. I'll forever be grateful for what you've done for me. Chairman, thank you. You know, Chama, you know, we've shared a lot of memories together. You know who I am. Thank you very much, Chama. Thank you, Chama. Mr. Ricky, Mr. Prosper, my sisters, Ajoama, my brothers, Anthony, Moses, Yandam, Bravo, Moses, Rayma, stay clear. Everybody, my extended family. I know where I'm coming from. And the only thing that can bring me down is sickness or death.
Amen.
I'm never going to stop fighting. You know who I am. I'm not going to give up.
Amen. Amen.
I really cherish everything that you did for me. God be the glory.
Amen. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And mommy, Auntie Yekuya, right?
Auntie Yekuya, that's my mom.
If you're watching this, I know you are.
He doesn't understand English.
You are, mommy. Hopefully, somebody will translate this. My prayer for you is that God prolong your life, that you live to see the fruit of your labor, that this young man you've blessed this world with will never forget the toil that brought him this far, that you live to enjoy the fruit of your labor. This life is a hustle to just keep poverty at bay, and we'll never give up. We'll never give up. So, mommy, we pray that God gives you long life so that you live to enjoy every single sweat that came out of you for this young man there, other siblings too. God richly bless you.
And let me say this one thing. And the love that I've received from Rosanna and Moses my brother. He has been paying my fees and everything. Paid my fees, my rent, give me chop money to feed.
As you are in Canada here.
I'm in Canada here.
God bless you, Moses. God bless you, Moses, for helping him with his tuition. It's not easy being an international student. It's extremely expensive, especially in provinces like Ontario. Moses, God richly bless you for having hope in this guy, faith in him, and for sacrificing your financial resources. And I know he will make you proud. 2-3 years from now, he will be out there inspiring so many people just because you believed in him. God richly bless you. Now, one question I'd like to ask you, which came from one of our followers out there. Throughout all this difficulty, what kept you going? What are some of the things that just kept you going and going and going and just... I know God used different people to bless you, but is there any philosophy or anything or ritual or something that just keeps you going?
I grew up from a farming family, right? So both parents were farmers. So, like, experiencing how farming is very hard in Ghana and it is not paying. And the only property that my father left for us was a cocoa farm.
Cocoa farm, okay.
Right, cocoa farm. And it was my motivation that I wouldn't go back. Even if I should be a farmer, I wouldn't be a Cadillac and cocoa farmer. So my motivation was... And to be frank, all these things that I've been fighting, going through, sometimes I just want to do it. I do not have any motivation of doing it because I had no other option than to finish it. I I had to go to university, I have to go and do this, I have to go do this. Sometimes I had no option. If you have option that if you don't, this doesn't go well, you do this, that's when it's my motivation to do this. But whatever I started and whatever I have finished, that was my sole motivation. I had to get it done and done well.
Yeah. If you have many options, you know where your motivation comes from. For the poor man, going forward is the only way. Because going back is not an option. Thank you so much for encouraging our people and sharing your motivation there. And I want you to just say a prayer for him wherever you are. Pray for this young man that God will continue to shine his face upon him, that he will find favor before men. And then God will just order his steps. And I pray that someday, as a man in a foreign land, God will build him up. And then when he returns to the continent of Africa, or when we all return, we'll be difference makers. Poverty is indeed a bastard. And we have a battle against poverty. And all the physical or spiritual forces that have just, released the specter of poverty all across us like that. We will crush it spiritually and physically too, and with wisdom. God bless you for watching. Thank you so much. This has been me and Isaac. Remember, we are still in Durham region. Still love to meet a lot of you before we go back.